So recently we found a bit of treasure at my house. It is my nan's pierogi recipe. Not very specific, it's written on a post-it note and there's no directions and just ingredients. So we're gonna see if we can make it from this today, but I'm very excited about it. My nan immigrated here from Poland when she was young, met my grandfather who was an Italian guy, and she used to love to cook, and this is actually her kitchen that I'm in right now. I remember being damn near where you guys are right now. There's little stools right here that I used to sit and watch her from. I remember her peeling potatoes and doing all this shit, so pretty important to me. First thing we gotta do is make some mashed potatoes. So I'm peeling some Yukon Golds right now and then just putting them into some water. Put these on to boil. Whatever you want with your potato skins, but my nan used to just throw them outside to compost or for the animals to eat them. It's funny because when she was alive, there was always just a bunch of fudging produce shrapnel in the yard from her tossing all of her shit out there. So the other meats we have in its place, we got some whole milk and heavy cream here, crushed garlic, sprig of thyme, and some butter. And we're gonna put this on to simmer. So another thing, my mom is vegan and this was her mom and her mom's recipe. So whatever it means to me, it means a lot more to her. So I'm gonna try to veganize it. I have some oat milk here. That's Oatly, some Miyoko's butter. I'm just doing it the same as the other mashed potatoes, but swapping out the dairy for non-dairy. All right, potatoes are done. Let's do vegan first. Add these bad boys in here. This is actually my nan's old ricer. Fudging potatoes. Now I'm gonna add some of the vegan milk mixture through the ricer because it's basically a strainer too. That's what my nan always used for mashed potatoes. Her recipe says to use farmer cheese, so that's what I'm gonna use for the non-vegan ones. There's not really a vegan equivalent to farmer cheese. Quite honestly, none of it's real cheese anyway, so you're just looking for like the creaminess that the cheese brings and the textural component. So I'm just using this Violife mozzarella shreds. This stuff's pretty good. All right, now the non-vegan taters. And honestly, guys, I don't want to hear any of the vegan or non-vegan fudging shit in the comments. I just don't care at this point. I'm just trying to make something nice for my mom. Quite frankly, you're not gonna eat it. So who gives a fudge what I'm doing over here, right? We should all just mind our own business and let other people be fudging happy and eat what they want. Been around this shit for 10 plus years, so I've heard every side of both fudging argument. Remember, this is getting stuffed inside of a dough, so we're not looking for like a fudging Joel Robuchon fudging thin ass mash. We want it a little bit thicker. Pretty good, right? Need salt?
No.
My nan always served these with onions. Her thing says simmered, but I remember them being like kind of fried. I'm gonna caramelize these just because we had them at this pierogi truck this past summer and they were fudging amazing. So I'm sorry, Nan, but I'm gonna take some creative liberties here with the fudging onions. There are a few things I hate more in this life than fudging. Cutting onions, I'll tell you guys that much. Salt to them, start getting the moisture out. Olive oil, start cooking them low and slow over here. And I wanna reduce those into like a fudging jam like I'm making French onion soup. All right, now for the dough, 2 cups of flour. 1 drop methoded egg, half a milk at room temperature. I assume that means half cup of milk at room temperature. And then a table of oil. I assume that means tablespoon. I always think about what my nan would make of me doing my particular brand of fudging food nonsense in her kitchen. I think she'd be pretty entertained by it, to be honest though. She was always pretty fun. My parents would leave and she would take care of us. She would let us fudging, have parties. She used to water my brother's legal plants when they were growing it, back when it wasn't nearly as cool as it is now. She would also drink beer, but only miniature Rolling Rocks. So every now and then we'll still get miniature Rolling Rocks and I'll just one swig those. So I sent a picture of these to my older brothers and they said they looked way too clean to be like Nan's. I gotta do a fork seal on the outside. Here they are. Let's boil these fudgers. I'm just gonna do a quick fry. I don't like them getting too crispy. I like them still a little bit soft.
Oh man, it smells so fudging good.
And voila, here we are, my nan's pierogi recipe. I had to kind of freeball it, but pretty fudging. Stoked with how it turned out. These are the vegan ones, and as you can see, they look pretty much the same. Gang, that's it. Some stuff to work on, but great first attempt. We'll be back for more. Bye.